Please, guys, be quiet.
So Nathan, you're the one whose spiral blows up every day in that vicinity of the classroom.
Yes, Miss Fry. I get so tired of it.
Okay. So Nathan, anything on the floor when you leave, you will be picking up. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we're starting with 17. Okay, now 17, I did not pay attention to units, and therefore I missed it. No, I'll be able to handle it. So we have a flagpole. We have a guide wire from the top of the flagpole that they said was 50 feet.
Why is it triangle? Yeah, because it's like a flagpole and it's just
Because there's a stake that this wire is attached to, so it keeps the flagpole from leaning. It said a guide wire. That's what a guide wire is. No. All right. So now this is 50 feet, and they told us this was 13 1/3, which is 0.333 yards. So we either convert 13 1/3 yards to feet, or we do feet to yards. Okay. You will have conversions. You'll be a conversion table. How many feet are in a yard? 3 feet in 1 yard. So if you have 13 1/3 yards, how many feet are in the 13?
39.
Right. We're going to multiply by 3. We get 39 feet. Now, question. What is 1/3 of a yard if a yard is 3 feet?
9.
Now, 1/3 of a yard.
1 foot.
It's 1 foot. Think about it. A yard has 1, 2, 3 feet. So what is 1/3 of it? 1 foot. So instead of this, it is 40 feet.
oh my goodness.
So now if I let this be F for flagpole, what do we do?
It's Pythagorean.
Right. We're going to say F squared plus 40 squared is equal to 50 squared. You should have that's plus. This is 1600 equals, and then you're going to subtract 1600. I believe that's 900. How do you undo a square?
You square it.
Square root it. We get 2 answers. Which one do we choose? All right. How many got this right?
One
I
person.
did 13 and then 1/3 times 3. I didn't make 1/3.
So did you get 40 feet though?
I got 39.9. Hold on. I didn't.
You did 13.3333 times 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
18. 18 is going to be similar to this. Can you at least go to there?
Yeah, 18 was really quick.
How about we just go in order? Like I said. Be nice. Thank you.
Brian. All right. When you're quiet, I will continue, not until.
How about now?
When you're quiet, you will continue.
All right, this is Matagorda. This is Freeport. This is Galveston, and this is Houston. So we have Keith starting at Matagorda, driving east to Freeport, and he drove 40 miles. Then from Freeport, he continued east into Galveston, which is another 30 miles. Then he did a 90-degree turn north, traveling to Houston for another 45 miles. Now this is, if he had taken the diagonal route. Now, this is the question. Is it from Matagorda to Houston?
Yes.
No.
Or is it from Freeport to Houston?
No.
Listen, it said if he had taken the diagonal route directly into Houston from Freeport. So, yes, but what's totally useless that they gave you? The 40. No. Oh.
You had 40 and 55. 'Cause that's
Okay. So let's figure out what this is.
40, 30, 25.
So this is x. X squared equals
Yeah, I know we're gonna end up doing them all.
30 squared plus 45 squared. What's 45 squared?
2,000.
So we know then that x squared is 2925?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to square root, you're going to get
54.08.
54.08. And that's going to be x equals. Well, but do they tell us to round it?
Well, it doesn't.
So this is 54.08. Now, they want to know how many miles were saved. What's the first route? 40 plus 30 plus 45. What's the second route? 40 plus 54.08. No. Again, they want to know how many miles were saved. He started here. He traveled 40, then 30, then 45. Okay, so if you add these, you're going to get 70. I think that's 115. Am I right or wrong? Right. That was the first route. Yes, ma'am. Okay, the question is, how many miles did he save by going from here and up? So you're going to find the first his actual route. He drove 115 miles. Then you're going to find the new route, which would be 40 plus 54.08. And what is that? 94.08. And now how are you going to figure out how many miles he saved? Subtract. So 115 minus 94.08. That's going to be 92.0. How about 20.92 miles?
I just put 21 that I got. I just rounded it up.
Use calculator.
95.
It's 94.
Mine's 20.
Well, that's because I did the 0.08 and you rounded up. Next. You rounded. I didn't round. All right. Nathan. 15. All right. Again, it's all... Shh. On 15, they told us the entire angle was 95 minus x. They told us that this angle is x plus 20, and they told us this angle is x plus 30. How do you find x? What's this called?
Oh, that one thing.
Angle. No, it's not a bisector because 20 is different than 30. Angle addition.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So what's x plus x?
2x.
20 plus 30. Uh-huh. What does x squared mean?
X times x.
X times x. What is x plus x?
2x.
Oh, that's an x. Good question. So we're going to subtract 50. We're going to add x. So this is going to be 3x equals 45. X equals. Now I'm telling you that will be a multiple choice answer, but that is not it. They want the measure of angle BXD, which is this one. What?
95 minus x.
Right, subtract 50, add x.
Plus x equals x.
No, 2x plus x is 3x. Brian, what is this? Okay.
You also have to find an x.
They asked you for BXD, which is this angle. I haven't finished. How do I find it?
It's 15 plus 30.
We say 15 plus 30, BXD is
45.
45 degrees. Tara, you had a question. Yep. All right. So now on 22, and it's the way we interpret it, so in my opinion, it is not a clear question. Okay? This is the deal. There are two different types of roofs. There's a gable roof, and there is a hip roof. And depending on what kind of roof we have here, makes the answer totally different. Okay? So if we look at a hip roof, no, this is a hip roof. Do you see it?
Yeah.
All right, that means that this triangle is going back. All right, that's a hip roof. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not a very good question. The county. Now, this house right here has both. That's a hip part. This is a gable. Do you see that? The gable this is a gable. So if our picture is a gable roof, we just have two rectangles, correct? If our graph is a hip roof, then we have two trapezoids and a triangle. Okay? So I'm doing it as a gable. So I am looking at this. You do not shingle this part right here. You only shingle this, and you only shingle that. All right? So that was where the confusion for some people, first period, came in. But now you just got some information. By the way, on your floor plan, you will be finding the truss of a gable roof, not a hip roof, when we get to the trig unit. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, so here we go. This is... Okay, here's our roof. Again, we're treating this as a gable roof. All right? So no, this is not going to be shingled. All right, so they told us that this is 22. They told us 1 inch is equal to 6 feet. So we're going to go ahead and make conversions first. If this is 4 inches, how many feet is this? 24 feet. If this down here is 9 inches, how many feet is it? 54. How do you find the area of this part of the roof? 24 times 54 is 1296. Someone check that. Because we just finished this first period. Someone check this. Because I didn't get this intermediate step.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, is this just the only side we have to do? Okay, there's a side over here we can't see. So 2 times 1296 is 2592. Okay, look at your scale. Okay? Now, listen carefully. Roofing is bought by the square. A square is 100 square feet. My question to you, how many groups of 100 are in 2,592? 25, 26. How did you get this? We have to divide by 100, right? And you're going to get 2592. Now, here we go. If you buy 25 square, will you finish the roof?
No.
No. So you're going to have to buy 26 squares, correct? Okay, so now, the squares are packaged in bundles of shingles. There are 3 bundles D, that's a D. Bundles equals 1 square. Think of this as a conversion, all right? If I have squares, where does the squares have to be? Under. So we have 3 bundles, and every single one of these squares are 3 bundles of shingles. So the question is, how many bundles do we need? 26 times 3, or 78 bundles. A bundle is,
Like a bunch.
when you buy shingles, they come in what looks like a rectangular package. You'll see these. It's interesting how they, all right, so let's go back here. All right.
What are you doing?
We're not even taking notes.
All right, there is a bundle of shingles right there,
Oh.
okay?
Wow.
And this is, they either, I guess this is a special ladder that's got this gizmo that allows it to come up. Sometimes when they deliver them, they might deliver them by crane. Sometimes they have this really cool thing off the truck that's like a conveyor belt. But that is a bundle. Now, how many bundles does it take to make a square? 3. So on our problem, what did we have? We had,
Supposed to know all this. Yeah, how do you know? How's it supposed to, like,
this is real world. They want you to do real world. Look how much you're learning in real life. Okay, yes.
you give me 25?
25, yes. 25 is back to circles.
Oh, no, never mind. No,
20, 78 bundles.
225. No, it's I got it.
But someone needs it. Shh.
Crazy man.
Yes, sir. Not right this second.
Raise your hand.
Shh.
Yes, first. I feel so proud of my number 16.
All right, quiet.
Wait, what number is this? 25.
This is 25. All right. I don't believe they drew that dotted line. This is the point 4, 3.
They didn't draw
They didn't draw anything.
They didn't draw a radius either?
No.
Okay, so look at what I've added. This is your radius right here. Okay, this is the point 4, 3. How far is it this way? 4. How high is it? 3. Didn't you have to move over 4 and up 3 to get that point?
It's over 5.
So what do you think you're going to do to find R? It's over 5? What do you mean?
It's not. That is
The circle is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The circle is, but she's just saying the point is over.
Right, the point is over 4. I'm not going all the way over here.
Yeah, that's what
Okay? So now what are we going to do?
Yeah, that's how you get the radius.
Yeah, it's 5. It's X squared plus Y squared equals 25. Right?
I did the Pythagoras theorem because I didn't know if they like.
Okay, so we don't know if it's drawn to scale, but you're looking for the radius, and yeah, if you count from here over to there, it was 5. Yeah, but this is what I did, because I didn't think about that.
See?
And I don't always find the shortest way to do things. I use Pythagorean theorem.
Why don't we just count over?
Now, that's what Maria did. If I were to do this picture, I probably would have put it on a set of axes like I have that you couldn't count to make sure that you did the Pythagorean theorem. When we square root, how many answers do we get, Lucas? R is equal to 5. All right, next. So I shouldn't take points off if you didn't show me work on that one.
No, you should not. Shouldn't?
That's what I'm saying, because you could have counted it. Tara has her hand up. Which one? 20. Okay. 20 is a really good one to review because we did this at the beginning of the year and we did this part relatively quickly. First of all, do you even know, this is unit 7, what a rhombus is?
It's like a diamond, but it's not.
Wrong.
It's a quadrilateral, meaning 4 sides. What's special about it?
It's symmetrical.
4 equal sides. Okay, a rhombus has 4 equal sides. Now, another thing you want to pay attention to is the name of this quadrilateral. So they are telling you that RO, and they said using patty paper, we're going to draw a line RO. So here's my R and here's my O. Well, you have to fill in the third step of the instructions. But I'm going to do it. So which of the following steps completes the description? Now, it's talking about a perpendicular bisector. So this is a wonderful time for us to review a perpendicular bisector. How do we, because I think there might be a construction on here. Thank you. Open it up more than halfway. Make a fish. I would. Now we're going to flip it and move our compass point to the, and we, okay. So what they didn't show you is the construction. Now, what you learned back in the beginning of the year is that this point is going to be equidistant from R and O. So this is letter M. So they said that they are going to mark a point M on the perpendicular bisector. So that's half the rhombus. What do you think's the third step? Mark point H, right? On the intersection of the arcs from your perpendicular bisector, or on the perpendicular bisector that's the same distance M is from RO.
Can I just put label H?
Wait, it's right. So
No, if you say label H, okay, if this is it, label H, how's that? Is that going to make a rhombus?
Label H on the bottom. No.
No, they wanted you to fill in the third step, but I'm doing it so you know what to do.
two things. Should I have put mark a point H on the opposite perpendicular bisector of M?
But you need to say that it's equidistant from RO. Because look, if I had done, let me draw in our perpendicular bisector. Here is our perpendicular bisector. If I had decided that, if I had decided that H is here, is it a rhombus?
No.
No. So it was important to talk about that the distance M is to RO must be the same as the distance from RO to H on the perpendicular bisector.
That's a lot of squiggly lines.
Okay.
Maria,
Do 21, please.
Brian, you're
That's
next.
just 2 for 20.
So you were supposed to mark H on perpendicular, you write a sentence.
That's what I said.
Mark
On perpendicular bisector
and equidistant from RO.
that is same distance M is from RO. All right, so now 21 really goes well with this. Because on 21, they show you this segment, and they show you, do I have a compass up here? They show you the construction. It is possible on the exam that you may have to identify a construction. All right? So, I'm over half. They did the fish for you. All right, they did this for you. I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. I am.
Okay, good.
All right. So this is A, this is B, and then they even drew in their perpendicular bisector. Now, they didn't show this on the other one, but they kind of described it. Now, it says another point C is to be placed somewhere along this line, let's say here, not here, they said not on AB, and the question that is to you is what kind of triangle must this be? What do we know about every point on this perpendicular bisector? Equidistant from the endpoint. So if you do not know this, or if you have forgotten this from middle school, an isosceles triangle is a triangle with at least 2 equal sides.
It could be an equilateral.
It could be equilateral, but it's not necessarily. Yes, because what do we know? Any point along this bisector is going to make what? Any point on that line is equidistant. That means that those two segments will always be what? Equal. All right, and we did do that theorem early on. All right, yes, your question. All right, so 19 is a sign maker. Okay, let me draw a sign. There's our sign. All right. So this billboard is to say last chance gas. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. So this... No, you didn't go to the next line. Again, reading's the most important thing you do on this test. This is 8 feet. All right. It says that each letter is 4 feet wide. So that means this is 4, 4, 4, 4. How many 4s are we going to have? How did you get 13? Because there are 13 letters. So we know that 4 times 13, we already need a sign that is 52 feet. However, that means everything's squished together and the L is on the edge. Then it continues to say there is a 12-inch. What is 12 inches? 1 foot. There is 1 foot here, and there's 1 foot over there. So how many more feet do I add to this?
2.
So 52 feet plus 2 feet is 54. Yes, ma'am.
Could you have just added, like converted it to everything to inches and added it that way?
You could have, but that's the big numbers. I like little ones. Okay. So now there is a 2-inch space in between letters. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 2s. But that's not 2 feet. That's 10 times 2 inches, which is what? So my question to you is, if it's 20 inches, how many feet are in 20 inches? 1, with how many left over?
8.
It's not 1.8.
It's 1.67, right?
It's 1 foot, 8 inches. So this is going to be 55 feet now, 8 inches. But that's not all. It says there's a 4-foot space between the words. So how many more feet do I add? 8. So we're going to add 8 feet, which gives me 63 feet, 8 inches. Now, can you go to the store and buy 63 feet, 8 inches? So are you going to buy 63 feet or 64 feet? If you buy 63 feet, you will be short. Now, what they now say is this is going to be made of these pieces of wood that are 4 feet by 8 feet. My question is, if this is 8 feet, should we put this board this way, or should we put it vertical? Should we put it vertical or horizontal? Now, wait a minute. That means it takes 2, because that's 4 feet. If we do it vertical, is this 8 feet? Yes, this is 8 feet, this is 8 feet. So the question is, the 4-foot section is going along I need another. The 4-foot section is coming along here. So the question is, These are boards now. These are 4 by 8 boards. All right? They are uneven because I'm just tracing them. So this is 4 feet. This is 4 feet. How many of these do we need if we need a total of 64 feet going this way?
8.
8?
Yes. 8.
Okay, 8 times 4 is 32. How many groups of 4 are in 64? That's another way of saying 64 divided. But we're putting the 8 foot this way. So the 4 foot is this way. So this is going to be what? 16 pieces of plywood.
If you were to put it the other way, it would be 8.
Okay, so if you were to put it the other way, then this is going to be 8. So how many 8s are here?
8.
How many groups of 8 are in 64? 8, but that's not enough because this is only 4 feet. That has to be 8 feet. So if they're going this way, you have to have another row of another 8, so you still get 16.
You're just going to town.
All right, next question. Trevor. 16. Oh, 16. All right, this takes us back to our isosceles triangle. It says an isosceles triangle, and I do have an isosceles triangle here. We've got an isosceles triangle, has equal sides. So 2 sides are equal. This is 5, and this is 5. Do we know this side?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So you
Oh, well, but right now, do we know it? So how do we get perimeter?
there's no homework?
Because you have to study. So what do? 5 plus 5 plus x. And what is that perimeter?
16.
So 10 plus x, x equals what? Do you think they'll have that as a multiple choice answer?
No.
Yes, they will.
Oh, yeah.
But they've asked. That's not the right answer. They've asked for the area of the triangle.
Base times height.
All right. If you did not know this, then you need to write this down.
I did it differently.
And you need to study this formula. Now, no, they do not.
A equals 1/2.
They do not.
They not.
They do not.
They obviously do not.
The reference sheet has conversions. Listen, the only thing it has is conversions. No, they do not.
No, they
This is a new test, Trevor. This is a brand new test. It is not the reference sheet you are used to. I'm telling you.
Use with like the leader of
Trevor, you operate on the old reference sheet. You're not going to know anything come Tuesday. No, but you have the only, quiet. The only thing they give you are the trig formulas, which we do not need this semester. They give you volume of a prism. They give you volume of a cone. They give you volume of a pyramid. No, of a sphere. Because this is for the EOC, and we'll have covered that. They also give you y equals mx plus b, and they give you y minus y1 is equal to slope times x minus x1. That is it. Fair or not, that's what we're dealing with. All right? So when I say you have to know the equation of a circle, you have to know Pythagorean theorem, you have to know those. And I will give you that reference sheet that you're allowed on the EOC, which is useless.
No, you told us to print out that thing that's reference terms, and we never went over it.
That's Monday.
That's Monday.
Okay. The whole, now, if you want to jump start, that video is already online. It's probably called Major Terms. Big study guide. All right. Tara? Now, I need you all to know that the base and height must be perpendicular. It's a perpendicular relationship. Second semester, you're going to get tired of me saying that. So, again, if this is isosceles and this is equal to this, what does that make this segment besides perpendicular? Perpendicular what? Bisector. So if this is 6, what is this? So can you find the height? How? Height squared plus 3 squared equals height squared plus 9 equals height squared equals height equals, now you square root, you get 2 answers. It is 4.
The answer is 4?
No.
Okay.
So you had to use perimeter. You had to use the concept of the perpendicular bisector. You had to use Pythagorean theorem. Now, the ultimate question is area. What's the base of this big triangle? 6. What's its height? 4. What's half of 24? The answer is 12.
Miss Bryan, I used to. Miss Bryan, can we do 20?
Oh.
Ethan has his.
I really like
Okay, yes. Yes.
You say the formula was 8 times 5 right?
Yes.
What if you just do 6 times 5?
5 is, again, the base and the height must be perpendicular. Okay, it's not side by times side.
This is the most I've learned all year. Miss Bryan, I have a really cool question.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything till it's quiet. No. 23 is asking for which equation describes the circle. They want the equation of the circle. If you have a center negative 2, 3 with a radius of 5, first of all, if you're taking or making a study guide, this is the equation of a circle, which is not on the reference sheet. Therefore, you must know. Okay? So, Wendy, what is it?
Okay, so you get the opposite, so it would be 6 plus 2
Whoa.
parentheses squared.
Right?
You goofed up already. It's negative 2.
X plus 2. Did you meant
Oh,
S?
yeah, I meant x plus
Okay.
2.
All right, got it.
Squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 25.
Excellent. Okay. 24. If a circle has a center at the origin. All right. Do you all know what the ordered pair is at the origin?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Then they're telling you a diameter of 8. They want the equation of the circle, but this is not useful. What do we need?
4.
All right. So, Madison, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? So it's going to be x minus 0 squared, but it does. You need to know minus because if it wasn't 0, you would have missed it. The x value of the... But again, if you don't learn it as minus, when it's not 0, you will miss it. We will, yes. Plus y minus 0 squared equals what? 4 squared. Now, what is x subtract 0? X squared. What is y subtract 0? And that's going to be 16. It's a number. It's the x value of the center. My point is, if you don't use subtraction all the time, then when it's not 0, 0, and you choose to add instead of subtract, you will get it wrong. Yes? Mackenzie is our, actually, Tara is our paper person. So she is going, well, didn't you pass them back yesterday? So Tara is going to pass back the papers. I need your reviews here, and you will get these back on Monday. Yes. You sure can.
I just did all of it together. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Do I have everything done here?
Do you have all this finished? I need 14, 15. I don't see 14, 15. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Duh-oh. Yes, you do. Make sure your name's on these. Please make sure your names are in these.